Good morning. For those of you tuning in to see how the John Deere D160 made out, it did quite well all winter again, and it's outside right now, and we're just doing a little work to try and get these cars set up for the spring. But right now I'd like to talk to you about this MaxJax. Now, I bought this MaxJax in 2013, and it served me quite well. It's been a wonderful addition. It's built exactly for what it's intended to use it in. It's in for a small shop, and that's what I have here, a small shop. I have a 9-foot ceiling. I pick up small cars, project cars that I work on, and I really wanted to talk about my setup here. So when you get this MaxJax delivered, it comes with this power pack mounted to a small cart. Now, the small cart can be placed at the front of the car or the back of the car, and then there's two long hoses that plug from the cart to the bottom of each post. Now, that system works quite well. They can be unplugged, the cart rolled up, put away. There's nothing wrong with that way at all. The only issue I had was the hoses stay on the floor, and inevitably you want to roll your creeper around or another jack around, and the hoses are in the way. So I decided to change my setup a little bit, and I'm going to go through what I did here. So I mounted the power pack to one of the posts, and in this instance I mounted to this post because I have power just above me on a retractable reel, and that's what I use, just a retractable reel. I pull the cord down, up and down, and I use this power here. Now I can still move the jack because the hydraulic lines are still on a quick connect. And if I need to move this out of the way, I pull the quick connects off, unplug it, unbolt it from the floor just the same way you would use it any other way, and then move it out of the way. But I found lately I don't move it as often as I used to. It kind of just stays where it is. I'm going to go through a little bit of a close-up here to show you the pipe work, because I hardwired a pipe to go along the ceiling with quick connects here. So let me just get you in a little bit closer. So what I did here, and I hope this shows up okay, is this line here on this side is a hard line right to the ground, right to the bottom of the jack, so that it's plumbed, hard lined in. Then it goes back to its quick connect, which is a normal way to have it. And I ran it across the ceiling onto a hard line, and I'll go on the other side here, and you can see the other post. Just go around here. And I did the same on this post. I have it a hard line down to the bottom, and I just did that so you know, you can't knock it and hurt it. And then another quick connect right there, and then up to the ceiling. So this works quite well. I can unplug each post, I can undo each post from the floor, I can back the jack out of the way, and I have no issues with that. It works quite well. Now, I did make another mod. I did drill an extra hole in the post because these jacks are pinned. Now, the new posts, the new MaxJax, they have a different setup, and I think it's a wonderful setup. But this works just fine. Once you have your setup, you need to punch another hole for a pin, you just go right ahead. I don't see any issue with that at all. I certainly wouldn't put 100 holes in there, but if you needed to move a few inches, there's no issues there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the pins, and I'm going to drop the jack and put the car back up. So once the car is sitting on the pins, you raise it a little bit to pull the pins off, put the pin in the top, get it out of your way. I'm going to go pull the other pin. So now I've pulled both pins out of the top, and I pulled both pins and I put them in the top, so I know where the pins are. I use a small bungee cord because I don't want to sit here and pull this lever down. Release the lever, let it go, and it's running on its own. It's dropping on its own. I do that just because I'm too lazy to stand there and hold on to it. And that works quite well. And what I'll do once it hits the bottom, we'll stop it. And for those of you that like to, you can time it going back up. So this here is my, this is my 73 MGB. A little project I picked up, about 2 years ago now, I guess. And these are wonderful examples of what to use this MaxJax for. If you have one of these little cars, little project car, they're just wonderful, something like that. The MaxJax can lift 6,000 pounds. I'm going to say these things are 2,000 pounds. I have another little car here that I'll show you later on. They're not very heavy. They're quite easy to lift, but they're wonderful to work on when you have a MaxJax like this. So let's, I'll start raising it, and if anybody wants to, they can time it. But you can see it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it beats jacking it by hand and crawling underneath. And right now you're hearing the pump run, and it's running off of 110. The 110's coming from a retractable reel in the ceiling, and I'm going to run it right to the top. And I don't know how long it takes. I've never really timed it. Maybe a minute. But if you're interested, you guys go right ahead. Now, it's running on a small hydraulic tank right here. I put hydraulic oil in it in 2013, and I've never changed oil. It's a sealed system. There shouldn't be any reason why that oil gets contaminated. It doesn't heat up. It doesn't, it's not running that much. Up and down a few cycles is not going to hurt these jacks at all. So, it's almost at the top now. Once it gets to the top, you'll hear the motor change. You'll see the pin location open up. And now it's up on its top. You drop the pin in. I go to the other side. I put the pin in on the other side as well. And now you never work on these things on hydraulics alone. It's just not worth taking a chance. So once it's up, once your pins are in, pins are loose, you release a little bit of pressure, and the car comes to rest on the pin. So now the pin is locked. It's holding the jack up in position. The hydraulics have been released. There's nothing on the system now. So it's quite safe. It's, if you get one, if you're interested in one, I have nothing but good things to say about it. I haven't had any issues with it. I move it when I need it moved to free up space if I've got a welding project or something I want to use. I've put all kinds of vehicles on this thing. I've used it as a welding platform to build a trailer. I will show you another thing I got from MaxJax. They sell a creeper. And if I can get this turned around here. This is the creeper they sell. Fully adjustable. It's like a little recliner. I wish it wasn't as expensive as they charge you. It is a good creeper. It works wonderfully. But I think they kind of take advantage of you on the creeper price there. The MaxJax, quite affordable, well worth the investment to your shop. This is going to help you do all kinds of jobs that you used to struggle with. If you look, let me just turn you a little bit here. If you look at the height that you're working on, for instance, to do a tire change. So a tire change or a brake job, I'm going to stand beside it now. I'm working, and you could lower it to the second position and sit down. It really depends on what you want to do. But to me, this is a pretty nice height to work on. To be underneath the car, you really need the creeper. And you're still going to bang your head. But I think that's normal. Even if you're standing under a car, you're going to bang your head. So having said that, again, for all you tuning in and you're thinking of a MaxJax, a wonderful, wonderful investment. I'm going to show you another little job, another little project here that I'm going to try and do a couple videos on in the coming time. This is this of course was my 73 MGB, and the next video will be on this one here. We're going to do some work on it. This is a 72 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, and just a sneak peek of the car itself. But in the next little while, we'll be doing some wheel bearing work on it, and bringing it out of storage. But for now, that's about it. Again, I just wanted to do a small video, a short video on this MaxJax. And again, it's been a wonderful, wonderful addition to the shop. It's not something I think you're going to regret if you have a small shop like I do. You know, you don't have the clearance for a big jack. This is a wonderful thing. So thanks for tuning in, and see you soon on the Ghia project.